We all know that Game Pass is an absolute gift to gamers for letting us pick from a vast array of games from any genre. You can tell from our best indie games on Game Pass list that we're no stranger to exploring its library. But if you're looking specifically for a meaty RPG that you can sink hundreds of hours into, you've come to the right place. And if you want to jump straight into any of these games without having to wait to sit through download times, check out our Logitech G Cloud, a handheld gaming console that lets you stream directly from Game Pass without sacrificing on quality. Let's not waste any more time. These are some of the best RPGs on PC Game Pass in 2023. Let's start with perhaps the most beloved RPG trilogy of all time, shall we? If you top up your Game Pass subscription to include titles from EA Play, you can dive straight into these classics that have been totally upgraded for the modern generation. The world of Mass Effect is one of the most fascinating sci-fi settings we've ever had the privilege to explore, and our journey across the galaxy was made all the more enjoyable thanks to the brilliantly charming cast of characters who accompanied us through all three games. Honestly, it's worth playing just for Garrus's awkward flirting alone. Mass Effect Legendary Edition combines all three groundbreaking games and their DLCs into one delicious package, while also giving a 4K lick of paint and a sprinkling of quality of life updates. Whether you've yet to tick off these masterpieces from your backlog, or you're just simply reuniting with some old friends, Mass Effect Legendary Edition has hundreds of hours of content waiting for you.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Come by when you have a chance.
Now, let's dive into a post-apocalyptic wasteland for our next entry, though perhaps not the wasteland you were expecting. Yes, the Fallout games are included with Game Pass, but they don't have the monopoly on post-apocalyptic roleplay, as proven by the brilliant Wasteland 3. This isometric adventure harkens back to the glory days of 90s CRPGs, with a focus on strategic combat and a world that reacts to your choices. After creating a pair of custom-built characters, it's up to you to navigate the frozen hellscape of Colorado, as you tactically tackle brutal enemies and negotiate even more brutal moral choices as you carve your unique path of survival. And if it all gets a bit much, don't worry, you can team up with a friend in co-op to take on the wasteland together.
And you just might wake up to find they changed your world and your clothes.
That's enough of the doom and gloom now. Let's jump into something with a bit more vibrancy and even a little bit of juicy romance. Yes, several entries from the wacky, wonderful world of Persona are included in Game Pass, but it's specifically Persona 5 Royal that we recommend for your dose of JRPG goodness. This beloved adventure sees you living the usual angst-filled life of a Japanese high schooler by day, and that includes pop quizzes and romance, before supernaturally diving into the minds of corrupted adults by night to battle grand psychological demons.
I want a new PC! I guess I'll settle for some new parts.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but that's why we love it so much. Turn-based combat has never looked quite so stylish, time management has never been quite so rewarding, and battle music has never been quite so jazzy as it all is in Persona 5 Royal.
There isn't even a 1 in a million chance that my Phantom Thieves could ever lose.
Turning the clocks back to a time of old-timey piano music, cattle herding, ridiculously large hats, and zombies? Weird West lives up to its title by blending the worlds of the supernatural with the American frontier, and just so happens to make a brilliantly written RPG by doing so. The story of Weird West splits itself across 5 separate characters, each with their own unique playstyles, abilities, and of course, tragic stories. With this rootin' tootin' journey being from the co-creators of the amazing Prey and Dishonored series, it's no wonder this RPG is so delightfully charming. Just keep that revolver ready.
The more you dig, the stranger it gets.
From the Wild West of the American frontier to the Wild West of outer space, The Outer Worlds is a sprawling open-world adventure that sees players traveling across a solar system ravaged by capitalism, where mega-corporations control every facet of everyday life and a chasmless class divide has turned society against themselves. Sounds bleak, we know, but there's still plenty of room for humour in this world. And that's not to mention the brilliantly lovable companions that join you across your adventure. Fans of the short-lived but oh so fantastic sci-fi series Firefly might notice a few direct tributes along this adventure, with the crew themselves being near one-to-one recreations of some of those beloved characters. Oh, and then there's Parvati, who we would just flat out die for.
I got a captain.
Even if you're the most dedicated RPG fan on the planet, you might have missed this next one. Eastward is a gorgeous pixel-perfect adventure that will see you taking the reins of two characters, John and Sam, as they journey across a decaying continent while society crumbles around them. Don't know about you, but we can never get enough of that trope. Just because it's the end of the world as we know it, doesn't mean that there aren't delightful characters to make friends with, and of course delicious meals to eat. Eastward focuses on finding heartwarming moments within a falling world, and that's precisely what makes it so charming. If you want an RPG experience that feels more like a warm cup of coffee than a taxing workout at the gym, look no further than Eastward. Okay, bear with us because this is one of our absolute favourites. It might be celebrating its 10th anniversary next year. Sorry if that's made you feel a bit ancient, but Dragon Age Inquisition is still the absolute peak of the fantasy RPG genre. Another 100-hour epic that's included with EA Play, this adventure through the corrupted world of Thedas is a mighty journey to undertake, but one that's incredibly worthwhile. Whether you're an Elven mage or a Quinari warrior, how you and your lovable companion seek to close the breach is entirely up to you and your playstyle. Good or evil choices included. Oh, and there's some juicy romance options too. Can you tell we like a steamy romance in an RPG? Alright, don't judge us.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
And finally, time for yet another trip to Japan in RPG form. Although, this next entry might be a little more sinister than Persona, though definitely just as bizarre. The Yakuza series has always been strange, but Like a Dragon takes it to new extremes, with some of your activities including go-karting, karaoke, recycling cans, and whatever this is.
You're so needy. Okay, time for Baba.
What the?
But weirdness aside, Yakuza Like a Dragon is also an incredibly satisfying and challenging turn-based RPG that will see you exploring the sprawling city of Yokohama while unraveling a typical bombastic Yakuza narrative. Oh yeah, and you can summon this chicken to fight alongside you. What else can you ask for? So, those are just some of the all-consuming RPGs available on Game Pass that we recommend checking out if you want to sink yourself into some incredible new worlds. What are some of your favourite RPGs bundled in Game Pass? Let us know in the comments below and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the Logitech G YouTube channel for more lists just like this one, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to enter the comment section when a new video drops.